Okie dokie, map number 9, some drilling implied. Now this is post-commentary because I forgot to turn my microphone on like a silly goose. But oh well, it's all good. This was quite a good run, this one, which I was quite happy about, so I didn't really feel the need to do another one, so it's all good. So quite a hot start, as you can see. We have quite a impressive melange of bad guys here. Chain gunners are probably going to be the nastiest dudes in this area, and then probably second nastiest is the Mancubus. So take them out as best you can and then flow through here. We have a blue key door that we will return to later, and then just try and clear these rooms out as best you can. And we have access to our first secret in just a mo once we take care of old Goat Boy here. Who doesn't love old Goat Boy? Well, if only we had the super shotgun, but that is okay, we'll grab that in just a tick. I guess clearing out some of these guys in the courtyard's probably a good idea as well, but those imps up there are cradling our first secret. This panel is recessed, so give it a poke, and it will come sliding down, et voila. It's very hard to dodge fireballs in that very thin corridor. That's alright. We get a green armor on this difficulty, some rockets, and some health. Bloody marvelous. So here, those revenants at the back will actually be relatively handy, because they're just going to keep pummeling the... Whoa, watch out. We're just going to keep pummeling the Cacodemon, who is a slow mover when you're shooting him, and when he's attacking as well. But you can take the revenants out now, but I'm going to leave them till later. Tain't no big thing. All these pillars and pylons here are great to provide cover from the revenants, and indeed anyone else who's going to cause you some mischief. Once we manage to get ourselves up the stairs there, we flow back through beautifully to the starting area. Love it when that happens. A cheeky little cupboard's going to open up downstairs with some of these jerks. But, you know, give them some sass, and they won't talk back. Some handy ammo, lovely, and just loop back around the way we came. Doesn't take 2 shakes of a lamb's what's-it. Lovely. Now we've got the blue key, small handful of hit scanners, nothing to worry about, and we need the red key for this pair of doors that we will get back to later. However, blue key time, and it's just time to let the chain gun do its thing. So we'll just clear these guys out. The demons will block some of the other guys, which is actually handy, but beware these 2 shotgunners hiding behind the door. Very naughty indeed. And just pick off anyone else who's coming to join the party. There's a few shotgunners here about in the cage there. There's a couple of hit scanners, imps, nothing too bad. Another section there, which just slid down, will reveal some imps and a chain gunner. And on UV Plus, I'm actually not entirely sure if the Archvile's there normally. I shall have to check that out. But yes, he is not too much of a bother. Just hide behind the wall and pick him off with your relatively weak weapons, but they do the trick. You just have to have the patience. Ain't no problem at all. And those cheeky boys around the corner as well are going to try and chip away at her. But just pew 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 once the Archvile decides to return. And yeah, once you've got him in a pretty good position, he's just going to keep retaliating at you and hopefully won't keep running around resurrecting. Fingers crossed. There we go. Boom goes the dynamite. Now we've got an area of nasty green nukage. You can go in there now, but I'm going to go in there in just a moment. Probably if you go in there now, you will actually make the next area easier because you'll get the super shotgun, but for whatever reason I decided to wait. I think that was just the route I took when I was doing a practice, so ho-hum. Each to their own, because there's a rad suit in a recess not far away, which will lead you to a further recess with the super shotgun and a cheeky Hell Knight. Everyone's very cheeky on this map, and isn't the music tune a banger? It's probably in my top 5. I was going to say top 3, but probably top 5, because there's such stiff competition in this WOD. But of course, the previous map number 7, yeah, that's number 1 for me. That's number 1. So yeah, once you come in here, a little cupboard of some demon boys will try and bite your bum. Just teach them a thing or two, give them a whack, kiss them and throw them back in. Green armor, always handy, pick up all the bits and pieces Don't leave anything lying around unless you're completely full, which is great. Ow! Yeah, the combo of the Mancubus and the Arachnotron, if you're trying to take them out from here, is a bit naughty, since our weapons aren't particularly powerful, and I'm all out of bullets, as I rediscover. But it's okay. These guys aren't too much of an issue, they just take longer to kill. So good. Now we're approaching... Ah yes, so I jumped down here to grab this rad suit, and some extra health, much needed, and come in here for a non-secret SSG. Quite a tight space for dodging, but it's no big deal. And then we just return back upstairs for the next bit. Now, not this direct next bit, oh, and some health, lovely, but the bit that follows afterwards can be quite dangerous and result in a fair bit of deathage, so beware. And also, once you jump onto here, wall slides down, revealing another couple of wide boys and a very nice vista of an outside area with a silly old spider on a rock. Just make sure you take good care of him, or else he'll probably shoot you in the back while you're trying to deal with other guys. Yeah, bite the dust. Oh, a dude just fell off. That's cool. He must have got shot in the back by a chain gunner, I think. Poor thing. Okay, now an archvile's been released and the slime below has dried up, which is awesome. I love that detail, it's so cool. I recommend jumping down here to this revealed lift and then taking out the archvile and friends from up here. The archvile will eventually come close enough for you to do some successful SSG blasts. You sort of want him to come around to your right into this little nook, because then there isn't too much of a platform in the way. Et voila, just like that. And now, it's probably easier to actually jump down and take out the rest of these guys, because they're not too bad. You just want to make sure the archvile's dead first, because he's a pain. Nice, grab the fallen chain gun, and oh, you naughty bugger, and just return the way we came, because we have to go back to the Mancubi area and press a switch to lower the red key, but first, there's a dirty old spider in the way, you filthy bastard. Fill him full of holes, and continue. Yeah, there's nothing in the little recess that he came from. It's alright, there's the switch. Lowers down our red key, and of course, as is the way with BTSX, everything flows together beautifully from one area to the next. I was going to say a skeleton full of closets. A closet full of skeletons awaits. Just, you know, just backpedal into your previous areas. Nothing gets locked behind you in this area. And just, yeah, take your time. Take your time. There's a nice big area here which will come in use in just a moment when everything goes to hell. Everything goes to hell. But first you've got to take care of these guys, which can take a moment. And then deal with this missile, which takes a further moment. I just really didn't want to lose any health. Because yes, this upcoming bit... Oh yeah, surprise cupboard full of hit scanners. Nasty old chain gunners. Oh! Took a shotgun hit and picked up a medikit. Bloody marvellous. Now, this switch. This switch here lowers down a whole bunch of stuff. I recommend making sure you run backwards into the previous area we've come from with the red doors, and we'll take care of those guys down below in a little bit. You can jump right down and get stuck into it if you like, it's up to you. This is just the way that I've done it. So return back to here where there is a teleport spot, and yeah, these guys. If you're lucky, which in this situation we pretty much were, these guys are going to infight a fair bit because the walkway they're on isn't very wide, so if they shoot at you, they're likely going to hit one another, which is good. And thankfully the archvile is not really hidden behind too many baddies, so we can, fortunately, blow him up like that. And then just do a bit of cleanup. He's not the last archvile, however, so steel yourself and then prepare for the other dude who is weaving his way towards you, resurrecting and being a general bugger. Yeah, he's going to come up the stairs, as are his resurrected buddies. Ah, yeah, cool. If you can get him alone, not near too many corpses, like that, then he's all right. He's not too hard to deal with. But if you find yourself trapped between both Archviles, you're probably going to be in a bit of bother. Once this guy is down, yeah, fill up on armor. Try not to burn yourself in the nukage, and then pick up the yellow key. Back to this previous area where we've got our yellow door. Just a few dudes there. Stock up on health and open her up. Just a very lightweight contingent of baddies in here. Just a couple of shotgunners and the Hell Knight around the corner. Ouch! And this switch that lowers the next area. Chippity pop. Chippity pop. Sweet. Okay. So yes, another Archvile. I'm surprised there was only one. I thought you'd get a couple for sure. But he was a pretty easy dragon to slay. And down here we've also just got a couple of Hell Knights, a fairly rare Baron, and you know, you've got quite a lot of rockets, so just make the most of them, or actually save them, and that way you can go absolutely hog wild in the end fight. It's up to you. The choice is yours. And there's a nice dotting of bonuses, both health and armor down here, and it's a really awesome, simple area. I really love it. It's got this sort of vibe of computer mainframes almost, with a more sort of hardware tech type of deal going on. There's a nice bit of ammunition and stuff, and when you hit that button, lowering that, this also is accessible, so you can grab the second secret, which is, it's cool. It's just a bit of ammo on this difficulty. And we circle back to here. Rocket launcher at the ready, and ooh, delicious. That was nice. And a bit of a exit fake out. That's just a lift, and a bit like a callback to map number 1. We slide down into a whole lot of carnage. Oh yeah. Let the rockets do the talking. Use them all up. Archvile, of course, is public enemy number 1. Try and get rid of him as quickly as possible. There we go. And then it's just a case of wiping out the Cacos and Baron boys. And then once this main corridor is clear, it's just a matter of just chain gunning just the rest of the dudes to the left and to the right up ahead, who are just hanging out on a couple of ledges. So basically, once we take care of Tomato there, we're done. We're done, man. Pretty much as soon as you wipe out the Archvile down here, you've taken out all the bad baddies. Because it's like, yeah, Barons are Barons, but you've got the rockets. It's not as much of a nasty pain in the ass as an Archvile. Not that I need to tell anyone that. Yeah, anyone I'm sure who is familiar with Doom knows that Archvile is pretty much the first enemy you need to take out. And we're done. I didn't grab all the items, ho-hum, missed a few along the way. But that was map number 9, Some Drilling Implied. A delicious combination of Sarah and Travers. Beautiful work, guys. Love it. And of course, that MIDI is just so bouncy and energetic. Gorgeous stuff. Really cool. Okay, 9 down so far. I know one was the hub map, whatever. But 9 maps down, and we're on to number 10. Looking forward to it. Things are going to get much bigger and beefier, I do believe, in this next chunk. So stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Eduardo and friends.